Hi there, it's Lisa Sweeney here from Business and Heels, and I'm here today with the lovely Amanda Campbell, and we're going to be interviewing her. Amanda has got the most amazing story, so it's really exciting. And for all of you that are excited and on now, please hit the like button because we'd love to know that you're there. And so Amanda Campbell is a sports kinesiologist. She's a speaker and she has a whole lot of other hidden talents that she's going to tell us about later. She's an ambassador for multiple sclerosis, and excitingly, she's now an ambassador for Business and Heels, which we're super excited about. So Amanda, please tell us a bit about yourself and your journey.
Thank you for that beautiful introduction, Lisa. It's so wonderful to be a new ambassador for you guys. I'm so stoked. My story, well, it started probably when I was a teenager. I was always a happy, driven young girl, trying to be healthy, happy, successful, like all of us. And in fact, my twin sister Nicole was diagnosed with Crohn's disease when we were 11. So we both have autoimmune diseases. And when we finished school, we were never really quite sure what we wanted to do academically. So we did go to university, but after a year we deferred and we decided life was too short because she finally recovered from Crohn's disease. So,
Oh, wow.
yeah, so she had a pretty bad case. So when she went into recovery, we thought life was too short. So we went and studied musical theatre and dance and started our creative side of passion of writing our own music and singing and dancing. And this was around the same age, around age 19, that I first experienced my first symptoms of pins and needles in the left hand fingers and down the side of my face.
Right.
So I went and had this checked out. I went to my local GP and we had an MRI. And well, I had an MRI, and I'll never forget my first MRI. Getting me into that MRI was a whole other story, but we won't dive into that now. And but at that time of age 19, only one lesion showed on my brain, so they couldn't diagnose me with anything at all at that stage. So true to my nature, I just got on with my life, and I fell into the fashion industry, a career I really enjoy. I worked with amazing Australian and New Zealand designers. Worked behind the scenes with them, and that was wonderful. But around the age of 24, my symptoms came back, but marginally worse. So pins and needles progressed to numbness and weakness in my face and my arm and my leg, all on the left-hand side of my body. So I went and had another MRI, but this time I had my results read to me by a neurologist. And I thought it was nothing, and I was going to go in and out of that appointment, busy, you know, just usual.
Yeah, do your stuff.
Yeah, usual thought process. But, you know, I sat down in front of Dr. Lawrence Scher, and he said, Amanda, I'm so sorry, but, you know, you've got multiple sclerosis. I didn't understand what it was really at the time. I knew it wasn't good, and I knew it was chronic, and I knew it was degenerative, but yeah, that was pretty scary. But looking back now, what I know is that from that moment on, I started to focus all of my energy on what I didn't want and what I was scared of that could happen to me. That I might end up being bedridden, disabled, or even worse. So that was pretty tough. Yeah, it was a really scary time. So I disconnected more and more from my body. I went out later and I worked harder, and I really suppressed how I really felt about that, focusing all of my energy on what I didn't want. So 5 years later, at age 29, this would lead to a massive MS attack that paralyzed the entire left-hand side of my body. So my face dropped, looked like a stroke, my arm twisted, and my leg and my foot just wasn't working at all. And so washing and feeding myself became the most difficult tasks of my day. And everything stopped right before I was about to launch my first startup in fashion, but literally everything just stopped. But looking back, I should have slowed down much earlier, and I should have looked after myself. And if I wasn't going to slow down, the universe was going to slow me down. And that's what happened. And I lived in rehabilitation for 2 months, and I was faced with never walking again. I wasn't responding to treatment. And yeah, I sat down in front of another doctor who said, Amanda, we can't guarantee that your mobility is going to come back. That was the hardest time of my life, but it was also the best time of my life.
You're amazing.
Well, I know now that setbacks are really designed to move you and to make you uncomfortable so you move on to another place. And, you know, as if we would light a candle in this well-lit room today, you wouldn't so much notice the light. But when everything becomes dark, that's a time when you find your light and what you're truly capable of. And that's what would happen for me. So with a wonderful team of doctors, physiotherapists, neurophysiotherapists, support with my friends and family, and a kinesiologist. I stunned us all by not just walking, but running within 6 weeks in rehab. It was a rapid recovery.
Yeah.
And I was super lucky.
Wow.
So after living in rehab for 2 months, I was mobile again, and that was great. I came home finally, but I still had to lie down half of the day. I still had multiple MS symptoms, and I lost my spark and confidence from losing mobility. So more work had to be done. This prompted me to research and study. I became a sports kinesiologist. I learned about anatomy and physiology and Chinese medicine, a whole new language. And I immersed myself in studies of nutrition, and then essentially it came down to 3 core things. So we need to nourish our body on a cellular level to not, let alone allow normal biochemical processes occur.
Yep.
But if you're in repair, you need to fuel your body with nutrient-dense food. When you eat better, you're going to then feel better. And when you wake up in the morning and you're like, I feel good today, you'll make better choices and you'll value yourself, which is super important. And then when you're eating better and feeling better, you then become a more connected human being. And when you're a more connected human, not only can you meditate easier, but you live a life of higher understanding, and you can see obstacles as opportunities. And it's also the right environment your body needs to repair, because we're all very much living in survival mode, whether we feel good enough or successful enough, not enough. And that was so the case for me. So we need to give our body the right environment. So they're the 3 core things. And this has been my 7th year, nearly 8th, of clear MRIs, and I've made pretty much a full recovery, taking a very balanced approach.
Wow, you're amazing, and thanks Samantha very much for that comment too. She's saying it's a powerful message. Thank you.
Thanks, Samantha.
Yeah, and it is because the fact that you have found that light in the darkness is amazing. So tell us a little bit about your why, because Amanda hasn't just recovered; she's now recovered, and she's got these great businesses. So tell us a little bit about your why. What drives you every day?
Well, I know that when you're not feeling well, whether it's from any setback in life or an illness, it can be really hard to know which way to go, how to get back on track, how to give your body the right environment. So I'm really passionate about educating as many people as possible with all the tools and research and wisdom that I've accumulated over the last nearly 10 years. That taking a very balanced approach is key, and to do what's right for you, and that there is much that you can do no matter what you're going through, but you need to feel better, to empower yourself daily, to actually what taxes your energy is really important. So, you need to focus on what you want rather than what you don't, because that's going to leave you with more energy from the start of the day and the rest of the day to be able to navigate your way out of any situation that you want to change. So I'm really passionate about educating people in my private practice, Ben Like Bamboo. I see clients one-on-one, and we're now developing educational programs online and also in person. We've got 2 books coming out soon.
Yeah, wow. So soon to be author.
Soon to be author.
Yeah, awesome.
A cookbook coming out, because I also started Nourish 2 years ago, which was my ready-made meal food delivery business. And everything falls under the banner of amandacampbell.com.au now. So we've got some recipes and cookbooks all designed to nourish your body on a cellular level with an autoimmune score. So anyway, that's later. We'll catch up about that another time.
Okay,
Yeah.
no worries. That's fantastic. So, you've got these amazing businesses and an amazing passion. So what's the next few years look like for you?
We'll definitely want to finish writing my personal story, my journey, my book, and get this cookbook happening. I will probably expand Ben Like Bamboo as well, because it's really hard to see clients one-on-one continuously. Like, we want to be able to reach more people.
Yeah.
And then obviously that's where the educational programs come in, where you can sign up to our newsletters on benlikebamboo.com, and you will constantly be notified of our monthly workshops and our quarterly all-day deep intensive workshops about how to eat better, feel better, and be a more connected human.
And Amanda's not that easy to get in to see, actually. People fly in from all over the world to see her, so I'm lucky to be here today.
I pinch myself every time that happens. Like, it's just amazing. It's wonderful.
It is, but I guess it says something about your passion. Given that there's probably going to be a wide audience listening to this, what are the 3 tips that you would give to other budding entrepreneurs and businesswomen that, you know, they can take from your story?
To really believe in yourself. You know, your why is important, so really try and workshop that, but really believe in, there's not another you. So really believe in the way you see the world and what you want to communicate. And also see life as dot points of moments rather than now and then a destination, because you'll constantly be in survival mode and never feel good enough if it's all about where you're going to get to next. So right now, in this moment, is the purpose of life. And then your next moment, with what you're doing next at your next moment, is your next purpose of life. And if you can view life that way, you're giving your body the right environment to feel safer, you're firing better neurology, healing hormones, and you become a happier person, and you'll do better in your business and also in your health if you can start to look at life that way.
Fantastic. Well, hopefully everyone's taken something from your amazing journey. I think, you know, Amanda's just an amazing person. Yes, we love her. So, you know, I think the fact that, you know, you've just got this drive to look at, your glass is definitely half full, you know, not half empty. So for all you people that are living towards the next moment and not in the now, let's focus on the now.
Focus on the now. The purpose of life is right now.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.